There is the saying that a rising tide raises all ships. The effect inflation has on the food industry fits that description. No one will escape the rising costs. Year after year, inflation drives up living and operating expenses. That leaves independent restaurants with the daunting task of how to remain profitable in a competitive environment. If that is you, you are not alone and you have more options than you think. So today, we will explore 7 ways inflation will erode your bottom line in the years ahead. And the number 1 way you can fight back by saving 5, 10, 20% or more on your regular expenses. Also be sure to subscribe if you would like to hear more about industry-changing news and supply chain transparency. Now, on with the show. The effects of inflation go far beyond price changes on menus. As the tide rises, everything is impacted. Raw ingredients become costlier and more scarce as competition rises. Transportation and labor costs increase, forcing business owners to cut costs and raise prices. And once consumer spending begins to withdraw, business owners are at risk of lost revenue, time, consumer confidence, and goodwill with distributors. No one wants to suffer a slowdown or close their business. So let's explore some of the ways everyone is impacted by the effects of inflation and what we can do about it. Number 1. Supply chain disruptions. Competition for raw ingredients will intensify as prices increase. There may be shortages or delays in sourcing raw materials, disrupting supply chains and leading to production bottlenecks. For instance, rising fuel prices can drive up transportation costs and impact shipping capacity. This affects not just the quantity of available goods, but also the guarantee that they will arrive on time. Distributors also face rising operational costs. To name just a few, they may experience wage inflation, increased benefits costs, higher recruitment and retention expenses, regulatory and compliance costs, and overall loss of productivity. As such, it is often recommended that businesses diversify their distributors while they have the chance. Number 2. The cost of ingredients to restaurants. Needless to say, many of these costs will be passed on to restaurants and consumers. The most straightforward cost is higher prices for essential ingredients, such as meat, dairy, and produce. Volatility in commodity markets may also lead to fluctuations in prices for grains, oils, and spices. Price volatility makes it challenging for businesses to track and forecast prices accurately and to negotiate stable contracts with distributors. This will also impact your ability to get crucial financing, but we'll get back to that later. If you would like to hear more about price volatility, you can check out our video on that topic. Number 3. Menu price pressure. From there, the effects reach your customers through increased menu prices. This can obviously deter people from spending money at your establishment. Then there is price sensitivity. Even before consumers enter your establishment, they are feeling the need to start pinching pennies wherever they can. Restaurants may hesitate to raise menu prices too sharply for fear of losing customers. However, other concerns will persist, such as increased rent, utilities, labor, etc., which will either force you to raise prices anyway or do some serious cost cutting. Some ways to fight back don't involve pricing. You can differentiate yourself by offering unique dining experiences, exceptional service, transparent sourcing practices. The point is, by focusing on value, you can maintain customer loyalty and remain competitive in your market. Number 4. Your own labor costs. Life is getting expensive for everybody, and wage increases are going to happen. This can be costly for any business, but especially ones that rely heavily on minimum wage workers. On the other hand, some establishments need more players on the field, so they may have to let go of more experienced personnel to create room on payroll. Watching decades of experience walk out the door can be very painful, especially if it leaves the operation vulnerable to costly inefficiencies. Restaurant owners can fight back by reducing business hours, renegotiating contracts, improved staff training, and streamlining their scheduling. Software does exist to help with these concerns, but it's not always cost-effective to jump right in. Comment below if you use software that you feel we should know about. Number 5. Less revenue to invest in your business. Without extra revenue, you will probably have to cut costs. So it will be harder to invest in equipment upgrades, repairs, staff training, marketing initiatives, and staying open longer hours. You may also wish to complete renovations or expansions in order to upgrade or reposition yourself in your market. For instance, to increase seating capacity, improve ambience, or simply make repairs. It is very likely that these options will be more expensive due to inflation, which conveniently brings up our next topic. Number 6. Difficulty in securing financing. Lenders may adjust interest rates to account for a higher risk environment, and higher interest rates simply make it more expensive for restaurants to borrow money. Any uncertainty in revenue projections makes it challenging for lenders to assess your creditworthiness. So volatility in market conditions may raise concerns about your ability to repay loans. Remember, it's not how we feel about our business, it's how well we can prove our profitability to potential lenders. As if that wasn't enough, collateral used to secure loans, such as real estate or equipment, may diminish. This could reduce the amount of financing available to you or increase the required collateral to secure new loans. Businesses with limited assets will probably suffer the biggest challenges here. If that's you, stay tuned. There's good news ahead. If you are looking to get financing, be sure to shop around so that you can compare your options. Whatever you do to stabilize your income, make sure you can demonstrate the positive effects to potential lenders. This could be cost-cutting measures, adding new services, and renegotiating distributor contracts, just to name a few. Number 7. Reduce buying power against large competitors. Independent restaurants will have trouble competing with large chains or corporate establishments that have greater resources to absorb these increased costs. Simply improving your bottom line is one of the most straightforward ways to fight back against rising costs and reduce profit margins. But if you don't have the time and resources to implement the solutions we've already mentioned, you may consider joining a buying group or a group purchasing organization. They should have a robust supply chain to help bring you savings on your weekly and monthly budget. This is especially useful if you don't have the time or manpower to set up a healthy, tested, and multifaceted supply chain by yourself. Of course, they come with their own challenges as well, and you can check out our videos on buying groups for more on that topic. So how do we fight back? The rising tide of inflation is inescapable. Wouldn't it be great if you could start saving 5, 10, 20% or more on your regular inventory expenses? And what if you could do it at no upfront cost? If that's you, we invite you to click the link to our website right now. There you will find a price comparison tool that is free to try. Signing up is a breeze and requires no long-term commitments. Smoother sailing lies ahead, but it's up to you to take the first step. If you liked today's video, be sure to subscribe and check out the rest of our channel. As always, thank you for watching.